Alrighty. Hello, everyone. We're back with the next stream of solo leveling manhwa, the live read-throughs. We are on the final battle arc, and I tried doing this earlier, and YouTube failed me. So let's try this again. I'm gonna open my live chat. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then my experience doing streams is like gonna go down significantly. So let's try this again. All right. All right. Let's see how that works. I went through some changes. I learned some things. Okay. We got someone. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Hello, Lee. Let's go. Let's see if this works now. Well, the weird thing was my bitrate wasn't that low before, and my streams were relatively fine in the past, so I never really questioned it until now. Wow, it was YouTube's own inability to keep doing it the way I was doing it that made me realize I had the wrong settings. Because so far, this is looking very crisp. I'm looking at the stream itself, and it's looking very good. Which is insane. I wish I had known these things earlier, but okay, well, you live and learn, I guess. Live and learn. That song is so good in Sonic Adventure 2. I'm glad they got it for the third movie. Live and learn. But it looks like it's good now. It truly looks like I don't have to worry anymore. I hope. Because it's started out fine in the past, and YouTube has stopped me for worse in terms of quality or better. I don't know. Man, this better work. I'm not about to do all of 17 of these chapters that I'm going to do today if it's not going to go through. I barely got through a single chapter before YouTube decided to fail me before. But hello, Lee. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. So let's see if we can actually make progress this time. Oh, stop it. There we go. All right. Like you can confirm that you can confirm that you can see this and that it's running fine, right? Okay. Maybe it's not your mic but your video. If you want, you could actually put it a bit louder. Louder? Really? Louder? It's always been this level of audio volume. Yeah, this is my current mic setting. I shouldn't have to be much louder. Well, let's hope that this works now. I actually do want to make progress. Lay progress. I'm sorry for anyone that was like expecting a gaming stream because man. Yeah, you can keep it like this, but you can also put it a bit louder if you want to. No, I don't think I need to. I'll leave it where it is. But if this is the sole reason that it wasn't working before, then I'm going to be so upset that I never figured this out sooner. Like, I am genuinely going to be just livid if this ends up working and this was like the simplest fix all along. Alrighty. I'm surprised no one's pointed out the anime reference with my hat. For me, the boss, the rewatch hat, No one's picked up on this reference yet? It's a very obvious reference. But whatever. Let's just say it goes with a certain JoJo. Because funny enough, I've also been called JoJo in the past. But in any case, let's begin. We start off where we ended last time, with the arrival of all of these shadows from Ashbourne's personal army and Grand Marshal Bellion. Let's go. This dude is awesome, even though I wish he had more screen time. No, seriously, it feels like he got shafted. Like, because of him arriving as late as he does in the story. Compared to someone like Ygritte, or Tusk, or even Beru, who get way more screen time as well as more of a time to shine with their personality. I like Bellion because the potential with this guy is crazy. He is the only one at the Grand Marshal tier, which is literally a position that can only be filled by a single Shadow Soldier because it represents Ashbourne's right-hand man, and can never be taken unless the Grand Marshal is defeated by a different Shadow, and the title is relinquished. It is a very coveted position. It is the highest rank position in the Shadow Army, and yet you don't even see the guy do much. Is it one of the JoJos, like either the Joestar family or the family from Josuke? I can add to the hint, it is from the Joestar family. It is probably the most famous Joestar hat. It's a hat. It's a hat worn by a Joestar, and it's the most famous one. If that helps narrow it down. But it really does feel like this guy got shafted. Like, because compared to the other Shadows, he never had, like, time to show off what he can do. And I really hope that the author realizes this with Ragnarok and gives us maybe, like, I don't know, an entire couple of chapters of Genu in space fighting, and, like, we get to see Bellion in action. Like, give us a reason for his power to be the Grand Marshal. Because unless I'm forgetting how this final battle goes, he doesn't do much. Sure, he has a coveted position and everything, and his design is awesome, but I kind of wish we got more out of him. Like, Ygritte is another one of Ashbourne's longest-serving followers, and he got way more. But I mean, Ygritte was the tutorial for the Shadow Monarch's power, right? That made sense. With Bellion, like, imagine if Ygritte had swapped with Bellion. Genu would have had no chance. He barely won against Ygritte as it was. Imagine if he was swapped with Bellion. Genu would have had no chance. And even then, like, yeah, Ygritte only managed to, like, make it fair for Genu because he threw away his swords. And thanks to a certain epilogue chapter, you get a great other perspective. And it's, oh, I can't wait to get to that chapter. Or that part of the chapter. But my point is, Bellion just doesn't have a chance to shine, even with the power that he has. So if the anime reaches him, like in a season 4 or 5 situation, they better give this man more scenes. Like, the animation is already one of the selling points of the series. Give some of that animation budget to this guy, and we'll talk. So, let us continue and actually start the chapter, which is chapter 167. Everyone, commence attack! They're all gearing up. They're ready. But nobody move. So it's either Jonathan or Joseph. No, no, actually, you're a little too early. Think one more generation. Also, think about the situation with the hat and people being confused about where it stops and the hair starts. That hat. The hat where we couldn't tell if it was a hat or if it was like a part of that guy's hair. But we like later saw that it was like just a beat up hat. Why? Why are you stopping us? Cease attack! Cease attack! Hunter Neem! Why? Wait, what? What does Hunter Neem? What does that mean? What does that even mean? Hunter Neem? Is that something that just didn't get translated properly? I don't quite understand. Is that something Korean? Is that a Korean thing? Neem? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Can you guys fact check me? What does this mean? What does Hunter Neem like? Is this supposed to be like a suffix, like how in Japanese you have kun or san or chan or sama? Is this supposed to be that, but in Korean? I don't quite understand what I'm looking at. It's truly like driving me crazy. Like it is something that will like make me go bonkers unless I have an answer. But I don't know. Hmm. It's all right, Chairman. Here come the soldiers. Hello, Bellion. This dude is freaking awesome. Just what are they thinking? Are they really planning on having a face-off with that many demonic beasts without attacking them while they're still in midair? Very good thing to ask, Choi. Very good to ask. But look at all these dudes. They're not really showing hostility or anything. They're just there. They know their leader. They know their master. I mean, look at this size difference. Look at this freaking size. This is the top of Genu's head, and it's barely up to Bellion's like half of his torso. Bellion is a whole like 2 Genus tall. Like he is straight up double this man's size. He's arguably one of the bigger shadows. That is very. Look at the size scaling. That is just so wild to me. But then Bellion looks at him and then he kneels down. And like, that's a crazy amount of force to just put your knee down like that, but okay. Grand Marshal Bellion, we respectfully greet our liege. Man, I love this. I kind of wish that some of these panels weren't vertical. So it's from Diamond is Unbreakable. No, 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 it's not. You're one too late. Okay, it's not part 4 either. It's there's one more right there. I don't know if I want to give any more hints. there's a certain other Joestar you're missing. I really don't want to say it. But man, I wish these panels sometimes were horizontal because like look at all these shadow soldiers. That's really cool. What the hell are they? What is going on here? Do you see them? I can. Even just one of them could threaten humanity, yet there are 3 of them gathered in one place. Yeah, dragons that rival Kamish. Remember Kamish? Yeah. Genu now has soldier dragons that are 3 of them. Isn't that wild? Kaisel actually got power crept. Because remember, Kaisel was a wyvern, not a dragon. There's a difference. And now Genu has actual dragons. 3 of them. 3 of them as strong as Kamish. You know, the one that the American Hunters Association had his corpse and the largest monostone ever. That was 1 dragon. That took 5 national hunters. Probably more. I'm forgetting how the story went, but it was like a big deal. Genu now has 3 of them. This is the real Shadow Army. So it is not from Diamond is Unbreakable or Stardust Crusaders. No. You're actually getting closer. Think Dio. Think part 3. You're right there, man. You're right there. It's a famous JoJo's hat. Like, it's part of his look. The final clue I will give, because I really want someone to just figure this out, but the final clue I am going to give is Matt Mercer. Matt Mercer. This must be what the previous Shadow Monarch Ashbourne left behind for me. Yeah, and we just have like all of these shadows that Genu has gotten himself. And then, yep. So the giants from the Tokyo Gate, Jiwa the Sea Serpent, which is immediately after Season 2, Tusk, Greed, Beru, Tank, Iron, and Egress. Now's the start of a real war. Oh, this is still running perfect. Still running perfect. In fact, it's better than perfect. I cannot believe it was because I didn't understand a certain setting in OBS. I look like a complete fool. A few days later at the Korean Hunters Association. Emergency Measures Committee meeting room. Right, because Genu just acquired, like, basically an entire country's worth of soldiers. And not just, like, a country like Korea. He gained basically the entire US military in terms of shadow soldiers. That's how drastic this is. The foreign press are requesting for us to release an official explanation of what happened. The American Hunters Bureau is asking for us to reveal Hunter Sung Jinu's location. Why should they care? Jinu's a Korean hunter who hasn't left the country since he went to deal with Tokyo and to go to the conference that was held in America because of the information about his father. Like, he's only left the country twice because he was requested to. Why should they suddenly need his location? Why should they suddenly care? Thomas Andre was there. Like, what more proof do you need? Like, why should they care when the big guy who has all the power in America is Thomas Andre? That is something that doesn't make sense to me. Like, why should they care? The city's disaster headquarters is asking whether they can allow the evacuated people back into the city. The Jimmy Show. The Jimmy Show? Is that supposed to be a parody of Jimmy Kimmel? I mean, that's kind of funny, but like that could also be like Jimmy Fallon, which are the only 2 I can think of that are talk show hosts. But that is that's funny to me. The Jimmy Show? You mean like Jimmy Kimmel? That is actually insanely funny to me. They're asking for an interview with Sung Jinu. Whoever Jimmy is, tell them they're free to take him if they can get him to appear on their channel. Jotaro is from Part 4. That's the only Jotaro the Matt Mercer voice, a major character or protagonist. You're right. Lee, you got it. It's Jotaro's hat. Congratulations. Someone finally figured it out. It took us a while, but someone finally did it. Congratulations. It is Jotaro's hat, but it's his hat from Stardust Crusaders. Hunter Sungjinu's summons just had to pop out like that. Then are you telling me that Demonic Beast should have come out of the Colossal Gate instead? I mean, Chairman Wu makes a good point. He is seriously making a good point. This could have been way worse. They thought it was like an uncontrollable mob of demonic beasts that were as strong as Kamish. Instead, it was just more summons for Genu. More shadows. Huh? No, that's not what I meant! Do you really think that instead of getting calls for interview requests, we should be getting calls from the families of deceased hunters and get away with only being as free as we are right now? He makes a good point. Hundreds of thousands of beasts came out of the Colossal Gates, and they have been absorbed into Hunter Sungjinu's army. Who would have ever thought? I'm well aware of how confused everyone feels due to Hunter Sungjinu's sudden disappearance. But this isn't the first time he has disappeared like this. That is true. We need to start getting used to this. If we as the Hunters Association can't understand the agonies of Hunter Sungjinu, then who could? That's a very good point. I apologize, Chairman. I was wrong. I wonder what Hunter Sungjinu is doing right now. He just has an entire, large country's worth of military at his disposal. So he's obviously up to something. He's doing something either fun, stupid, or because he can. And by the looks of it, he's doing something fun. By having his army fight each other. Which is probably the best case for, sparring. Asta! He's back, everyone! Asta's back! Let's go! The legend, the hero of the Black Bulls, is now in our presence! Let's freaking go. It's a good thing I decided to make one last attempt at the stream today after all. I was so just mad at my computer earlier that it failed me and that the stream failed. But look at it now. It's working. It's actually working. I'm like Anakin from the Phantom Menace. It's working. It's working. Let's go, boys. Okay, what do you got for us, Bellion? What is this situation? Holding a practice battle by dividing the forces into two. I've never even thought about this kind of military training. I mean, did Ashbourne have the time to do military training? His soldiers don't die. He's just like, arise! Go attack the enemy! Because when you think about it, does he need them to have military training? He can just keep resurrecting them. He's the Shadow Monarch. He won't run out of mana. Unlike Genu for a while, because he was still adjusting to the power, Ashbourne didn't have a limit. If the Black Heart is any indication, his army could just keep getting up and attacking. We saw the flashback when Geno first got the memories. Ashbourne turned the tables on Baron, right? I don't think military training was ever an option. I don't want to get spoiled, so I'm a dip, but I wanted to say hello and show my support. Oh, okay. Thanks, Asta. That's understandable. If you want to do it in a way where you don't want to be spoiled, you could just watch my previous read-through streams in order because it follows after the anime. But if you're only going to wait for the anime, that's totally fine. Man, you missed a lot. I was sitting here guessing which character of JoJo's Joey's hat is referencing. I mean, Asta, before you go, there's a poll on the channel, man. For the next manga series that'll take this series' place when I finish Solo Leveling, which may be later in the week than I anticipate, but there's a poll over there for you to check out. Yes. The 4 options on the poll to replace Solo Leveling are Hell Mode, Reign of the 7 Spellblades, Centuria, and Colorless. Oh, okay, yeah. So, like, vote for what one you want to see on the channel next, and maybe you want to stick around. There's also the possibility that I just randomly bring Kagurabachi to the channel, because, like, Kagurabachi got the short end of the stick for a long time in those manga polls. I'll go check that out and vote for sure. Thanks, man. But, like, I'm almost tempted to just put Kagurabachi on the channel because I feel like it. Like, we know that it's getting a good adaptation. We know that the studio getting it, I'm pretty sure, is Cygames. And we know their reputation for animation, so I hope that they can do good for Kagurabachi. But I think I'm tired of it losing polls, and I'm just going to probably put it on the channel regardless. But yeah, thanks for stopping in, Asta. You're a real one. If you weren't able to earlier, it's because of, you know, YouTube and OBS being jerks, but also me being an idiot. I think from now on, my streams will run a lot smoother than they ever did before. Oh yeah, they're still running perfectly fine. But thanks again for stopping by. But yeah, back to what I was saying over here. It's like it makes sense why Bellion wouldn't think about this kind of military training because, for one thing, did they have time to train at all? Like, I think Ashbourne was like fighting all the time until the rulers made their final gambit with the way the reality is now. Because like the rulers literally went up to Ashbourne and were like asking for an apology and like forgive us. Like they were begging Ashbourne to be forgiven. And he's like, I am just so tired of people betraying me. While Kagurabachi can replace Solo Leveling. Look, I don't want to ruin a poll just by being spiteful. Whatever wins the poll will win the poll. But I might just put Kagurabachi here regardless. My original plan was for 3 series at the same time, and Rooster Fighter kind of basically got canceled. That first stream is still just doing so badly. And the other one can replace Infinite Gacha? Look, I'm not stopping Infinite Gacha anytime soon, because like I will do another one this weekend. But the issue becomes I have to find a translation. I have to find now a good translation. I don't get why it had to change. But I'm not saying that because my original plan was I would only replace a series if I had finished it, because when a series does reach its conclusion, that would be the time to bring in a new one. But for series that don't have an end point at the moment, I guess that makes sense. You have to think, like, where are you gonna pause it so you can get a new series on, just so that you don't make everything run stale. I guess that's a good point. Oh, in any case, they can't die after all. My liege, please test my qualifications for the Grand Marshal position. Qualifications to be a Grand Marshal? And Belion's like, ooh, I finally have someone who wants to challenge my position. I'll take it. And I mean, it's funny. Belion is so tall, and Beru is still just not that big. But I respect his boldness to want to take the position. He feels as though he should be the right hand. And I mean, it makes sense, because, like, Belion came out of nowhere and just had the Grand Marshal position. As a commander, I challenge Grand Marshal Belion to a battle. A battle between two commanders, huh? Oh yeah, I remember this! Okay, I was just saying earlier how I wanted Belion to have more screen time to do anything, but this might be his one claim to fame. Fighting Beru in a mock battle. I can't do the bug screech. I can't. I'm just gonna go hee. Well, Belion draws his giant. Oh my gosh, that is a huge sword. That is crazy. Is that Cloud's Buster sword? What is this? That is a huge blade. Okay, that is wild. Does he also use a great sword like Igris? He's much bigger in size compared to Igris, though. Same with his sword. I assume he leans more towards power than speed. You would think, but maybe not. Then Beru might have a chance. Might is the key word. Oh. Oh, it's like that. Okay. It's like that. Belion's sword can extend like a whip. Where have I seen this before? Renji from Bleach? The Sword Eater from Chivalry of a Failed Knight? Do you have the novel, Infinite Gotcha? Why not do that? I mean, I do have the novel, but is that going to be entertaining enough as a stream? Like, doing a novel stream sounds like a boring thing to do. And I'm not trying to clown on audiobook videos, but, like, if I'm being honest, that's not a good live thing. That's something you just put on YouTube and just let people watch at their own pace. Especially if you're pausing it to get to a certain chapter. But I mean, I'll figure out the manga situation with Infinite Gotcha. If it's only like a change in numbers and it's still the chapters, then I'll just have to deal with it. Sure, it's going to drive me crazy that the numbers are wrong, but it's still the chapters. It's not like the language changed or anything. But, wow. When I thought Belion couldn't get more imposing, he has an extendable sword. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, yup. Just as I was saying, he better get good animation. I think he will get good animation for this. Dodge. Come on, Beru. Dodge. Yep, yep. Come on. Show him what you've got. He's the new guy here. Ooh, okay. 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 Is it already over? Wow. Belion put him down. To think that he neutralized Beru's attack in an instant. His reflexes are beyond what I had expected. That's insane. He immediately just put Beru in the ground. I mean, I don't blame the guy for trying. Because for one thing, nobody knew what Belian could do going into this kind of fight. So that is quite admirable, Beru. Every single strike from him is powerful enough to destroy the earth below him. No wonder he holds the title of Grand Marshal. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. But he still shouldn't let his guard down. The greatest strength of an insect is its tenacity. True? Okay. Beru might have a chance. Well, we're going to cut away from it, of course. Oh, we can see Hunter Lu Zhigong over there. Whoa. What's he doing over here? There are proud hunters who left to support South Korea in their battle. Although many are sending their applauds towards Hunter Lu for his courageous choice to support South Korea, there are many who think there is no reason for us to aid South Korea. Is there anything you want to say about it? Who the hell is spouting such bullshit? Wow. Lu Zhigong looked at the reporter's question in the face and said, "Who is saying such nonsense?" Oh, we better get more Lu Zhigong scenes in the anime. Pardon? Do those guys have a brain as an accessory and aren't able to read maps? Wow. That is a savage bar. Okay. Okay, King. Okay, Lu. Keep going. Do they really not realize what country is just above South Korea? If there is anyone stupid enough to say such a thing, please tell them this. I, Lu Zhigong, was not confident enough in being able to stop something if Hunter Sung Jinwoo failed to stop it, so I went to assist him. If anyone has a problem with that, they can go face the the demonic beasts themselves. Wow. Speaking of danger, oh, Lu Zhigong, no way, no. What are you looking at, buddy? No. Another gate! Another one. Is that so? So the Shadow Monarch has turned against us. Very well. I will take care of him myself. You guys do not do anything. We must prevent further losses in our forces. My soldiers, prepare for battle. And here he is, everyone. The guy I've been waiting so long to get to. Hello, this man. This insane dude. Stop. Stop. Chapter 168. Now, I'm going to pause here for a second because I wasn't completely ready to do this again tonight. And now that it's actually working, I'm going to prepare myself for the long haul. So I'll be right back. Let me get what I need to be prepared. Alrighty, we're back. And now I'll prepare myself for the long haul. Okay, we're back. We're back, everyone. Let's just keep this moving. Ooh. Oh, that's right. The fight is still continuing. And, of course, Bellion has him down again. Of course, of course, of course. With all of these shadows witnessing this. Kick, my liege, I can still go on. Beru, why are you so obsessed with becoming the Grand Marshal? Kick, I shall become the Grand Marshal and always be by your side, my liege. Then the Grand Marshal can stand on my right and you can be on my left. Well, we solved that problem. One of Beru's cute faces. The king's favorism. Don't. No. Egress! Let's go. That's right. Egress can finally talk now. My liege, please also give me the chance to challenge the... You can be behind me. All of his shadows just want the position, and Genu is just like, no, 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 no. Bellion can be on my right, Beru can be on my left, and you can be behind me, Egress. Huh? Nah. Egress is just like, yes. Tank is like, oh man. And Iron's like, guys, can I join in? The comedy for these shadows better be in the following seasons, especially since they start showing sentience and being able to talk. No, seriously, like, we barely got it in season 2. But they did show enough of a sign that they are, like, kind of alive. Or have their own sense of self. That better evolve as the series goes on in the anime version. Because their interactions are half the reason people love these characters. Am I wrong? What are those guys doing? Okay, so the dragons, Tusk, what are they doing? Oh! Oh! They're shooting fire up to the sky. Okay. Okay. What are they doing? Look at Tusk's smug grin, like, yeah, yeah. You guys are like me with that firepower, but like, why? Why? What are they? Why? Is this just like a bragging contest? Oh, because then Tusk is about to do it with the Orb of Avarice, and he's like, boom! Damn, that is a large blast of fire. Way to make yourselves noticeable. Tusk is just so happy. He's just like, yeah, I outdid dragons. And the 3 dragons are just like, man, why'd you do this to us? Isn't it cheating to be holding the Orb of Avarice? Yeah, it is. I think the dragons agree. They're like, man, why are you cheating? We used our raw power. You had to double your power. This is actually funny. What are they doing? They're planning on making a small place to stay so you can rest comfortably for the time we are here, my liege. Did Beru order this? Nah. My liege, why aren't you calling your soldiers back into your shadow? I just wanted to let them take a breather. They were stuck in the dimensional rift until we came here. Bellion, aren't you sad about the fact that you are no longer able to meet Ashbourne, the previous Shadow Monarch? I was by his side when he was facing the rulers that opposed the Absolute Being. And I self-proclaimed myself to be his first soldier when he obtained the power of death. I have been by his side for almost an eternity, and I have never once doubted his decisions. I want to hear the story of you and Ashbourne. Could you tell me more? It may turn into a very long story. It was when I was still a fruit of the world tree. All of the soldiers of the heavens are born on the branches of the world tree in the form of a fruit. A fruit? You were a fruit? It's a tree large enough to cover the entire sky with its branches. Huh? Yeah, let's not hear that entire story. Thank you. I must let people know about the existence of the 8 armies who may arrive at any moment. Ooh, yes. I must let them know that a war is nearing. I cannot promise the safety of everyone. Ta-da! Nor can I promise that the world will stay the same as it has been. True. Things are about to change. That's how great the power of the King of Dragons was when I witnessed it through Ashbourne's memories. Mom, how is it? Isn't it delicious? I never knew my brother could cook this well. The King of Dragons and its army of destruction brought everything in front of them down to ruins and ashes. Here we go. And such enemies are now targeting the Earth. You should try it as well. Brother is really good at making side dishes too. And that's why everyone needs to prepare themselves for what's to come. Genu, is something going on? What are you talking about? When your dad was about to do something dangerous, he often cooked me a meal like this. You really take after your father. How did you guess? No, it's nothing like that, Mom. I think we have a visitor. I'll go answer the door. Huh? But there wasn't even a door ring. Well, Genu just knows. He can sense it. What's the matter? Oh! Jinho's father! Oh, this is actually kind of a big deal. The last time we saw him, Genu, gave him the elixir of life. Hunter Sung, I apologize for visiting like this without a notice. But could you please give us a moment of your time? Okay. I thought I woke up from the eternal slumber because I was special. But then I realized that such miracles wouldn't happen so easily. Wow, he still really thought of himself like that? Okay. And since the only people who have ever woken from an eternal slumber were me and your mother, I couldn't help but suspect it was you. Why did you help me? Because he did it for Jinho? I decided that you are a trustworthy person. You also did it for your friend and sworn brother Jinho, right, Genu? If you were a person who would do anything to get what you want, I wouldn't have risked danger to save you. So that means it's because I did not try to use Jinho? Yes. I don't know how to show you my I don't know how to show my gratitude. Please let me return at least half. No, half of your favor. I plead you. Is there anything you want? I don't really have anything I want. However, if something happens to me, could you take care of my mother and sister? Wait, what? Okay, I did not remember that he made such an agreement. It's not like things are going to make it that far or go that far. But it's nice that he was preparing for this outcome regardless of what he would do afterwards. Very interesting. Would that really be enough? Yes, it'd be plenty. I understand. Please leave it up to me. I will promise you. We got another rift in the sky, a big one. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. You know what? Let's try that. Alright, I think that should work now. This is the Colossal Gate in Shanghai, China. Whoa. Yeah, that's right, another one. And it's not only in China. 8 Colossal Gates appeared all around the world, and almost all at once. Yep. Hunter Neem. Is anyone going to tell me what this Hunter Neem thing is about? Is it a translation thing? Is it like a sign of respect or something for Koreans? I don't quite understand that. I asked that before, but can someone help me out here? I want some cultural context. Because it would be greatly appreciated so I can better understand why that's there. So, like, comment in the chat if you do know. If you don't, then that's fine. I'll just keep moving on. Just keep moving on. No, they're not. So they're not your army. Yes, they're our enemies. Chairman, do you trust me? Yes, I do. I would hope you do. He's the man who saved the country from collapse on an island and has been actually very loyal to the country, even when given options to leave. The way how you wanted to pronounce it at first was correct? Really? Neem? Okay. But what does it mean, though? Then please trust what I am about to show you. Ooh. What? Oh, the memories. Oh, all of those memories. Oh my goodness. That is a lot to just show a guy out of nowhere. It's like, yeah, here, see this. And be a witness of like just things above your comprehension. Sure. Oh, all of that? Wow. Chairman Wu is experiencing everything Genu experienced. That is insane. As well as, you know, Ashbourne. Ah! Impossible! How could such things? I had always thought that the gods gifted a special power to a small number of humanity, and that's why I thought we needed to protect humanity by fighting against the demonic beasts. But if what you just showed me is really the truth, then my thoughts would have been nothing more than haughtiness. Yeah. Pretty much. I was misunderstanding everything. To think that the hunters, no, the awakeners, are the only people who are able to survive after the true war. As if they're filtering out so that only certain humans live. Nah, this is not the war between humans and the monarchs, but the war between the monarchs and the rulers. Between two groups who possess enormous power. How could this be, Hunter Sung? And you're planning on fighting against such enemies all by yourself? Yes. Then what should we... How could we be of assistance to you? Shanghai... The A is how you pronounce the O in octopus. Shangho? Shangho? Really? Shangho? The A is how you pronounce the O in octopus. Octopus. Shanghao. Oh, Shanghao. Okay. Wait, really? That's the proper way to pronounce it? I have heard so many media say Shanghai, so that's weird that I accidentally got it right. Okay. So what is Gina doing now? Did anyone else say that they'd be coming? No, sir. Only the 152 countries I've reported to you this morning are all of them. Just what did Hunter Sung tell you yesterday in your office? I never saw your face become that pale. I apologize. I shouldn't have asked such a question. No, it's all right. The army of dragons appearing from within darkness, and the single gigantic dragon who is flying behind the army of dragons. The majesty such that even when every single hunter in the world gathered up against it, they wouldn't even be able to leave a scratch. And the pressure from the power that's enough to burn down all the lands in the world with a single breath. I felt it. Just how is Hunter Sung planning on fighting against them? Hunter Neem, it's Wu Jin Chul. Can someone please just answer me on this goddamn, like, the Neem? What is this supposed to mean? What is this supposed to represent? Yeah, the problem is how Western media, especially American media, pronounce it. I see. I see. That is... it's very unfortunate that I learned it the wrong way. But what is this? What is this suffix? What is this add-on? Nim? N-I-M? That has gotta be a Korean thing, but I just don't get it. For instance, Iraq or Iran, the A is how you pronounce the O in octopus. Iraq? Iran? No. Iraq. Iran. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Lee. That's very informative. I will attempt to try to say it that way in the future. I cannot promise that because of how the global media is, you know? I've gathered the representatives from every country as you asked. Where are you right now? Yes, I just arrived. I guess asking for your location is meaningless now. There will be chaos when people find out about it, and some countries won't be able to handle the chaos. Yeah, because humans can sometimes just be stubborn and not want to accept things even when it's right in front of them. The I is how you pronounce the E. Iraq? Iran? Okay. Once again, thank you, Lee. Thank you for enlightening me. I'm aware. Today, if that's really what you think, the truth will be uncovered to the whole world. Okay. This is going to cause a ton of pushback. Alrighty, here we are. Chapter 169. We are within 10 chapters of finishing? Yeah, actually. Within 10. If I remember correctly, this arc will end at chapter 179, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It'll end at 179. because of where my favorite arc in the whole series starts. It's a chapter I should know vividly. I'm not afraid to say that now, that my favorite arc in the whole original franchise is the epilogue. I don't know why. Originally when I got there, I didn't like it, like a lot of people, and I didn't know how to feel when I read the chapters after. But as I kept reading the chapters, I was like, "Oh, this is actually really good." Once you realize the true significance of the epilogue. And it'll make sense when we reach it, but it just works. My only issue with it is the random time skips that happen between chapters, as well as two chapters that feel like they just shouldn't belong. One of them is fine as a random side story, but the other one is so bad of a chapter that I'm like, why does it exist? I know it's a cool what if, but it is so random. Like, I'm glad that was a dream chapter. Like, it was all a dream. I am so grateful because that felt so wrong. You'll know what I mean when we reach it, but it's like, it's one chapter out of the whole epilogue I don't like because it feels so random. There's quite a lot of people gathered here. Presidents, prime ministers, guildmasters, and even the chairman of the Hunters Association. Everyone must be feeling pressed. Yeah. They invited a lot of people. It'd be great if Hunter Sung Jinu would say the gates won't cause much harm like last time. No. I don't think anyone's expecting that answer. They're expecting it to sound worse than that. But if he were to say something completely opposite, everyone will have to go through a rough time. Oh no. No one will be able to avoid the fight. There will appear before your eyes and bring destruction upon everything. A great way to start, Genu. You really expect us to believe what you're saying? Don't tell me you're saying that even national level hunters won't be enough to stop them. At least a couple hundred demonic beasts on par with Kamish, which is considered to be the world's worst disaster, will appear. Yeah, because Kamish was actually just a soldier for the Dragon Monarch. And he had a ton more. Not even national level hunters will be able to stop them. Here we go. The stubborn fools. Proof! Give us proof! Otherwise, we won't be able to believe what you're saying. You expect us to believe that hundreds of demonic beasts on par with Kamish will appear at once? Yes. Exactly. Genu's like, okay, you want proof? I'll give you proof. Here they go. They're about to witness something that'll give them the proof they need. Oh my gosh. Genu is causing gates to open himself now. How could this be? Aren't those gates? Hunter Sung Jinu created gates? And multiple of them at once? Yes. Our enemy can create gates whenever and wherever they wish, just like how I did. They're only taking their time due to the massive size of their army. That is freaking sick. Hunter Sung Jinu, could it be that you're one of them? The soldiers you brought from the previous gate, did you bring them to kill us? Oh my gosh. Of course someone was going to bring that up, because someone is stupid enough to try to make a ridiculous assumption. In Korean, neem is a respectful honorific suffix added to the names, job titles, and kinship terms to show high respect and acknowledge someone's higher status. Okay, thank goodness. Okay. I knew I was missing something. Thank you. Thank you, Lee, for giving me the information that I was looking for. So it's the equivalent of the suffix sama from Japanese. It's the equivalent of the sama. in terms of like the high respect for people who deserve it. Yeah. Okay. That makes perfect sense. Thank you. Of course I trust you, Hunter Sung Jinwoo, but... So now that we know what will come from the gates, what do we need to do? Please stay away from the gates. He's just straight up being like, just don't go near them. Just stay away. Source Google. I mean, I thank you for doing that research. I probably wouldn't have done it myself or have cared one way or the other. Because it's like, it's a case of it being like a literal translation. Because I don't think the anime is going to do that. I'm sure the anime version is going to be handled differently than this. Get as far away from you can from the gates. He's just saying run. Just go, get away. What he said in the conference created a massive ripple effect. Get as far away as you can. With the warning that humanity will not be able to handle the number of demonic beasts that will come from the gates, everyone tried their best to get as far away from the gates as possible. Yeah, but where? What do you mean get as far away? Like, you can only go so far on the planet before you would reach another gate. Where do you expect us all to go? Jinwoo? Antarctica? Australia? Canada? China? No, China already has a gate there. Okay, dang it. Japan? Nope, they've already had a history of a giant gate. Okay, nope, not there. France? Spain? Iceland? Greenland? Ireland? Scotland? Where do you expect us all to go, Jinwoo? I think even Antarctica would have a... There's no way. There's no way the Dragon Monarch is like, yeah, let's put a gate for my army at Antarctica. I thought dragons had a weakness to ice. Badoomps. The moon. I mean, at this point, that sounds like the only option. Okay, everyone, let's... You know in WALL-E when we had the Axiom? We just need to do that now. We just need to make a bunch of axioms. We just need to leave the planet. That's actually a big brain strategy when you think about it. They're all just off the planet. Jinwoo's the only one on the planet with his army fighting off the monarchs. The only destruction would be to the infrastructure. There would be no lives lost. But the problem there is you have to build the axioms, and then you have to launch into space. And there are gonna definitely be people who are stupid enough, or just so prideful enough that they won't listen to Jinwoo. Well, sure, the Dragon Monarch might not do that, but what about the Ice Monarch? Oh, never mind. Yeah, you forgot for a second that we already killed him? Yeah. We have now technically killed 4 monarchs. 5 if we count what Ashbourne did in killing Baron. Because, like, we've now had to deal with a copy of the Demon Monarch. He's dead. We killed the Giant Monarch. We killed the Insect Monarch, the Ice Monarch, and the Beast Monarch. They are literally down to their heavy hitters. The last of the last. The greatest advantage of the Shadow Army is their loyalty, which puts their master over their own lives. Their advantages and disadvantages are like the 2 sides of a coin, and the enemies will do everything they can to hold that against me. My liege, we don't stand a chance in an all-out war. Well, how much bigger do you think their armor will be compared to ours? How much bigger do you think their army will be compared to ours? I'd expect their numbers to be at least 100 times larger. With our current setup is insane. Jinnu gained a large amount of troops only for it to still not make a difference. It'd be like if the opposition was numbering, what, 5,000, and Jinnu had, what, 500, and Jinnu gained another 500? The difference would still be so astronomical at that point that it wouldn't make a difference. Because it would then be like 1,000 to 5,000. Now, yes, quality matters compared to quantity, but these are quality dragons. These are, like, insanely powerful. Damn, why does the Dragon Monarch's army remind me of the Grand Army from Napoleon? It's just, yeah. We'll meet the man, the myth, the monarch soon enough. He is my favorite monarch, with my second favorite being the insect monarch. Yeah. So that means they'd have at least 10 million soldiers. Okay, thank you, Jinnu, for making the math. I was making an analogy, but thank you. Oh, what is this guy saying? Drop the bullshit. Is what I would have said to Hunter Sung Jinnu if I had his contact information. Oh, boy. Like I said, human nature. Some people just don't want to admit it. Or the army that invaded Russia during World War II by Nazi Germany. Yeah. Although in that case, the weather stopped them. And a madman kept deciding, yeah, let's push forward even in winter. Don't stop. Canada S-rank hunter Jay Mills. Oh, no. Not Canada. But it's just as we've said before. Jinnu makes a statement, he has physical proof, and there are still people who decide, nah, I don't believe it. It's gotta be fake. It's like Mr. Satan in Dragon Ball Z with the Cell games. That's all fake, it's all tricks, it's all smoke and mirrors and light shows. Until he's like the last human alive because of Majin Buu. Like Hercule Satan worked as a character because he managed to tame Majin Buu. And he changed the pink guy's heart. Whereas people who do the same thing as him, but don't have a change of heart, are just complete and utter fools. They're just completely delusional. But isn't Hunter Sung one of the greatest hunters in the world? So wouldn't it be wise to heed his warning? No matter how great of a hunter he is, not everything he says is the truth. Oh, for crying out loud. Here we go. Someone who's trying to discredit Jinnu because he assumes I'm better than him because X, Y, and Z, and shut up, I will say my statements. Lovely. Time to see how we're gonna make Jinnu look bad. The great and mighty Jay Mills of Canada. Let's see what this guy has to say. You stupid fool. Like, this isn't even like Thomas Andre or Christopher Reed before he died. Like, at least with Christopher Reed and his warning, he couldn't believe it because he was a national rank and was so strong, but he still died because of the monarchs. And with Thomas Andre, he had such a huge ego and like an arrogant nature about him that Genu, like, knocking his lights out was like a humbling experience for him. There's no way this Canada S rank nobody can make this kind of bold statement. How is he going to say, oh, the G-News doesn't always say the truth? Really? What do you got for us then, buddy boy? Oh, we're not going to see it? Okay, good. I'd rather not hear anything to discredit my man Genu. Beru, come here. My liege? Drop. You call this a nice place I can stay in? Aside from its size, is it even meant for me to stay in? Oh, because Beru wanted to make him a castle. I thought that anything less wouldn't suffice for you, my liege. Why the hell did you put that flag up? Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. That is funny. I'm starting to see where the inspiration came from for something later. That is very funny. Oh, that's good. Oh, Bellion? Oh, that was your idea. Bellion was like, I'm not about to let Beru... Oh no, is that Iron? Is that Iron or Bellion? I can't tell. Oh no, it's Bellion. Okay. I thought that was Iron for a second, but no, that's Bellion. Canada S rank nobody. It's true though. He's never appeared in the series before, and he comes out now to make this bold statement that Genu's actually like fake news. If this was the German S rank, that wouldn't even make sense either because he witnessed Genu take on the Monarchs and he saw the gate open. And you know what's crazy? Who was present for the gate when Bellion showed up? Thomas Andre, the German guy, Lu Zhigong, and like all of Korea's S ranks. The Canada guy didn't even show up. What right does he have to claim Genu is speaking lies? He didn't even see it for his own eyes. And I'm pretty sure they put out a call for assistance. Now, granted, America went with Thomas Andre, but Canada's too good for that? That's insane. That's actually wild. This series does Canada so dirty. I apologize to any actual Canadians who might be watching this. This feels like such a xenophobic undertone because not only did the writer of Solo Leveling make Japan seem like utter slumps, but also like kind of aggressive jerks, which it blew up in their face, and then they had to deal with an S-rank gate. But now Canada is acting all high and mighty with its big britches. It seems like... You see what I mean? It seems very against those countries. Which is funny because they didn't do anything with America, except Thomas Andre. But Andre is a unique case. So my point is, for a series that takes place all over the world, they really know how to make certain countries feel like, oh yeah, you do that, buddy. Oh, that was your idea. Yeah, that was Bellion's idea. Bellion, what happens to armies after their monarch dies? Would you be in charge of the Shadow Army if I were to die? That's actually a good question to ask. Let's see what the answer is. Our lives are one with yours, my liege. The moment you pass away will also be the moment we perish. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I thought we weren't going to listen to this guy prattle. This guy make all this bravado. Here we go. Here we go. We're actually going to have to listen to this guy speak. Here we go. Right, are you ready for this? Hunter Sung Jinu, no matter how you try to scare us, we won't let you claim all the gates for yourself. You haven't scared me a single bit. Why? Why? Yeah, the writer Soul Leveling likes to do some countries dirty, not gonna lie. Yeah. It seems kind of obvious. But do you see this? No matter how you try to scare us, we won't let you claim all the gates for yourself? Are you... Do you people not understand what's at stake anymore? This isn't about gates. This isn't about money. This isn't even about claiming glory. We've reached a point where this battle is now about survival. Straight up. They've been too used to the gates for a decade to not realize that this is actually a big problem and could end the world. And they're suddenly like still thinking, no, 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 we won't let you have these for money, right? Uh-huh, sure. Yeah, sure, thanks. Hunters have been gathering in Canada with Jay Mills as their leader. Additionally, it seems that other strong hunters from other countries have also been preparing for a raid. Of course they are. What do you plan to do now? For now, I will head to China. Yeah, Jinu, go support Lu Zhigong. Go support your buddy. It's impossible for me to face all 8 armies at once. So I need to get rid of the threat that's closest to Korea first, since they will be the biggest threat to my family. That's a guy with priorities. He understands that he can't be everywhere at once, so he's going to at least start with the closest threat to home. Makes sense. I will take care of the other monarchs after I do so. The longer the battle goes on, the higher the chances of us winning the war. But is it, though? I heard that government officials will be out to greet me, but it seems Hunter Lu Zhigong is here to greet me instead. They were making some stupid placards, so I decided to greet you myself. Man, this is another guy who got done dirty by the series itself. Lu Zhigong needed more screen time. Like, at least Thomas Andre got a battle with Jinu. Even if the battle was completely and utterly pointless, and I still stand by that fact, that battle escalated way too quickly. And Jinu still won in the end. He got Dong Su's shadow. He got what he wanted. Thomas Andre did not do jack. Think about it. It's the only time you truly get to see Andre show off his power anywhere, and it didn't even matter. I still stand by the fact that that battle was stupid. Why do I have a feeling they will blame Sung after the disaster will hit? I don't know, man. That's usually how people work. They complain about a person when they make an obvious warning, and then they go running back to him to blame him that, you didn't warn us! We're like, yeah, we did. We so did. You had every chance. I really hope the anime gives more screen time to Lu Zhigong. I so desperately want this guy to get more action. Because thanks to what we have in the story, what did Andre have and what did Zhigong have? Andre had a brief cameo in Season 2, actually, but it was like 10 seconds. He didn't even speak. He fought Jinu, and then he helped deal with the monarchs in the last stream. What did Lu Zhigong do? He got a voice actor in the anime. I was very grateful that they kept that scene. He destroyed a bunch of ants, and I think he goes on to fight this war with Genu, but the manhwa never gives us a chance to see him in action, so it feels like he's a wasted character. And so my point is, we need Lu Zhigong to get some screen time in the anime. They better give him some new stuff. Because remember, I think it should be known, people, that this version is already a rush job compared to the novels. That's what I've heard anyway from people that have read Solo Leveling. That this version may have been the one to accelerate its popularity, but it's a rush job. And towards the end of the epilogue, one of the illustrators for the manhwa passed away. One of the artists for the manhwa died before the epilogue could be finished. So this was all halted and put on hiatus for a while until they could get a new illustrator for the series, and then they came back and then they continued. It was a big deal. So I'm just going to cross my fingers that Studio A1, right? That's the studio that did the anime. I hope they give us more Lu Zhigong. I want more out of this supposed 7-star hunter. I also heard that he's kind of in Ragnarok, so I guess I'll see moving forward. It's visible from the airport. Yes, that is the colossal gate that appeared recently. And these are the 100,000 hunter army of China. Ooh. Getting to see all these hunters from China, even if they're only going to appear in one giant group shot, that is a lot of cool faces. A lot of cool designs that I would hate to see go to waste because of being cannon fodder. Since there are 100,000 of them, maybe. This is our elite army, where we not only have numbers, but also skilled individuals. Let's go! One of the times I can say that China is goated. Because it's, there are times it could be better. Let's just put it that way. It seems that it'll start soon. Come forth. Lu Zhigong is right next to him to witness his shadows releasing. His army. Oh my goodness. Look at this. They're being reinforced all right. Genu's army. He's on another level. Those things will fly. Those things will fall from the sky? In this place? Impossible. Are they all your summons? The left side of the king is my place. Who dares take my place beside the king? He's on our side. So you're capable of communicating with them. It's opening! It's starting. It's strange. I don't feel any presences from the gate. What? Don't tell me. What about all the other locations? Oh, was this all a trap? According to the other shadow soldiers, they all seem to be the same. You're telling me that all the gates are empty? Wait, it's my mistake. I thought that they created different gates across different parts of the world to divide up their army. But They probably put all their forces in the gate furthest away from me. Oh, which happens to be Canada. Which, you know what, Genu? None of us could have prepared for this, but if the Canadian hunters and everyone there want to have a crack at this, give them a try. Let's see if they can survive 5 minutes. All of the Dragon Monarch soldiers are going to come out of the Canadian gate. Yeah, Canada is screwed, everyone. I hate to say that, but they're screwed. Which is funny because Genu doesn't want anyone to die, but we kind of have a guy who's like arrogant and egotistical and in over his head. If he has to have his life taken from him for it to be karma, then so be it. We gave him a chance to run. We gave warnings. To think that everyone is mindlessly relying on Hunter Sung Genu. Look at all these news headlines. Hunter Sung Genu chooses to head to China. Japan and Russia have decided to assist Hunter Sung. The plane with all the hunters will depart today. Meanwhile, the white Acropolis found in the flooded area of Japan seems to not be correlated with the gates. 5 hours until the dungeon break. Will Hunter Sung's warning turn out to be true? So nothing will come out of the other gates. Man, that sucks. Yeah, it does. But for these guys, they wanted a fight, so okay. You get to fight all of them. Or, while everyone relied on Hunter Sung Genu, we didn't falter. Oh dear. Oh dear. Did you guys just not realize, did you guys not care about global news? Genu single-handedly stopped the Jeju Island raid and made it successful. He got rid of the ants. That's supposed to be a global thing. Did Canada just not care? He stopped a Tokyo S-rank gate by himself. That should be a big deal for a country all over the world. He battled Thomas Andre to a standstill. How does Canada not know this? Like, these are not the incidents from early in the series. These are global things. The island thing was a big deal because it was the 4th one Korea attempted. The Tokyo Gate was big enough for it to be warranted as a big deal. This seems like they just are so delusional that they don't want to rely on Genu. Oh dear. We will not give up on Canada. Okay. Well, you guys were warned to get away from the gates, but you're like, nah, we're not gonna run. Okay. So don't blame us if you die then. We don't run away. Our hunters will protect us and the land. We will win no matter what demonic beasts come out from the gate. Okay. You guys asked for it. Say your prayers for Canada, everyone. Pour one out for Canada. Alright, it's starting. Huh? I thought demonic beasts would start pouring out of the gate. Was Hunter Sung Genu bluffing? Oh. Alright, let's see how many S-rank Canadian hunters will die. Exactly. But it's not beasts, they're not dragons. It's the man himself. He's finally making his presence known. The man, the myth, the monarch himself. The dragon monarch in the flesh and spirit because they're not physical bodies. A single guy came out of the gate. It was the dragon monarch. There's only one of them! Yeah, The leader of the army. Oh, this guy is awesome. Like I said before, he is my absolute favorite monarch of all of them. Partially because his color scheme is red and I love the color red. But a human? That's just a person. Here he is in all his majestic glory. Welcome to the scene, Antares, the Dragon Monarch, also known as the Monarch of Destruction. That's right, no fancy title, just the Monarch of Destruction. When that is in your name, that is a sign of horrible things to come. But man, I love this guy's design so much. I just this guy is amazing. He just aura'd himself. He was the only one to come out of the gate. Hello, Antares. You're finally here, man. Oh, and of course he has to say the same thing that Barrow did when he was still alive. Are you the king of this place? That's not a demonic beast. There's nothing to be surprised about. Demonic beasts are capable of making their own gear, and they use the runic alphabet and live in a strictly hierarchical society. In other words, they have a level of intelligence similar to that of humans. Sure. They simply did not wish to communicate with us until now. I wouldn't be surprised if the demonic beast learned the human language to try to communicate with us. No, you guys are so screwed. No, seriously, you guys are so screwed. Because now they're going to get bigger britches than before, with a bigger ego, and think, humans and beasts can communicate, huh? Oh boy. Here's the even bigger grand delusion. I knew it. I knew this was how it would be. The reason Hunter Sung was able to make the shadows not even the shadows. What am I kidding? The reason Hunter Sung was able to make the soldiers from the first gate his own was because he was able to communicate with them like this. I guess they ask who the king is and obey said king. Well, I looked at the poll and it seems like Rain the 7 celebrates the winning with 2 out of the 4. That's amazing. That is just so amazing. That's great to hear. But this is funny, man. This is like an even bigger delusion than thinking Genu was trying to lie to them. It was because he was able to communicate with them like this. No. You guys just don't know that Genu's the Shadow Monarch and it was his army. It was a very specific thing. Don't try to make a bargain with this guy. He's going to kill you. And what if I am the king? Oh boy. Oh boy. Jay, you are so screwed. Like, seriously, what is it with hunters in this series and getting big egos? Like, seriously, oh boy. Looks like he's not here. Okay. Is there no way to confirm what's going on in Canada? Please hold on a moment. That's right, if it's Adam White of the Hunters Bureau. Yes, Hunter Sung Jinu. Adam, could you tell me what's going on with Canada's Colossal Gate? Wag! Don't tell me. Where are you right now? We're out on the site of Canada's Colossal Gate together with other agents. Oh boy. Why the hell are you there? Good point. Why are you there? Thank you. Yeah, why? We couldn't just sit and watch the situation in Canada. So many of us agents, including me, have been dispatched here. Damn it, they still don't realize the scale of the enemy's army. Have there been any changes to the gate? No, it seems that it was empty, just like the other gates. It's very quiet on site. Phew, that's a relief. Hold on a second. Something is coming out of the gate. A person! A person is coming out of the gate. And Jinoo popped up. He perked up when he heard that. He was like, oh no. The leader. The leader is here. A person? Adam, run away! Get away from there as fast as you can. Like, he literally straight up told the guy, dude, just run. Just run. The hunters. The top-ranking hunters turned to ashes in an instant. Yep. This was the same guy that was talking all that shit about Jinoo and like, oh, we shouldn't trust him. He's just trying to hog it all to himself. Look at this. Instant death. The second Antares said he's not here, he wiped out the enemy. The direct enemy. He just did a and they were dead. Ashes. So much for the S-rank J Mills. He amounted to nothing. Sorry, Canada. The top-ranking hunters turned to ashes in an instant. Adam, you still have time, so run away while you still can. You must get out of there as quickly as possible. Dragons from the sky. There are an endless number of dragons and beasts coming from the sky. All kinds of demonic beasts have gathered in one place. How could this be? Now that it has come to this, I can at least save Adam if I just control the shadow I put on him. Hunter Sung Jinoo! We will be teleporting now. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We got caught by Antares himself. Where do you think you're going, Shadow? Hunter Sung, Oh, he's dead. He's dead. The moment Antares caught him, yeah, he did. My instant death ability is so overpowered, no one in this other world can stand against me. Yeah, it feels like that, doesn't it? I do eventually want to actually get to that series, but I think I'm only going to watch it. Yeah, I think I changed my mind about that series, and I am going to watch it, but it's not going to be for a while. So we're back here. Hunter Sung, And then Antares literally launches a dragon breath. He's like, Roar! Right at the shadow. Oh, okay. Yep. Jinoo didn't do anything. He couldn't do anything. He's dead. Adam White from the American Hunters Association is dead. Once you put into perspective just what is happening, it makes Jinoo's decision at the end of this arc feel like, yeah, it's the best choice. A lot of people don't like it, but we are within 9 chapters of that ending. And I am not afraid to make my opinion known once we reach it. Don't worry, it'll all make sense. Damn it, I should have expected this. Since they know they're up against my Shadow Army, which becomes stronger the longer the fight lasts, my opponent would minimize the number of battles by gathering all their forces at a single location. They have opened 8 gates as if they would follow their original plan, but then they sent their entire army to the gate furthest away from me. Yeah, they know they're dealing with you, Ashbourne's successor. They know full well what your abilities are, man. It's my terrible mistake. Even if I were to move over there immediately, I would end up in an all-out war. My plan to buy time went down the drain. Hunter Sung Jinu. Hunters. Canada is... Can I really do nothing about this? The sound of a living person's heartbeat. The sound of their screams. Whoa, look at all of those dragons. That is wild. And the sound of the destruction of creatures are resonating like music in my ears. Yes, we're done with preparations. Destroy everything! For that is our sole mission of our existence. And it looks like the other monarchs that are still alive are here too. Not that they need to do anything, Antares is just carrying this war by himself. They must have all died. The hunters, agents, and reporters on the scene. Hundreds of dragons, along with oceans of giants, beasts, and insects behind them. The disaster cannot be contained by humans. They're all dead. It's all over. It's only a matter of time before they arrive in the U.S. Now I understand why Hunter Sung advised everyone to stay as far away from the gates as possible. This world is done for. That's right, it's all over. Hunter Sung? I'm paying you a sudden visit because I'm looking for something. Rune stones. Oh, he's finally going to get the rune stone from Kamish. He rejected it last time. I don't remember why, but he didn't want to take it. This time, he's going to take that rune stone. He needs a new ability. Please hand over the rune stones left behind by Kamish. Yeah, because now is the time to use them. As you may already know, Kamish's runestones are managed by the Hunters Bureau. What am I even saying? Why does the Hunters Bureau even matter anymore? Those runestones mean nothing if the entire US is about to be destroyed, let alone the Hunters Bureau. Excuse me, I think I'm still drunk. Yeah. He's like, wait a minute. This is an emergency. The world might end. Why am I still thinking about protocol? Exactly. I can hand over the runestones, but why do you need them? I'm going to use them to launch a counterattack. Didn't you say that beings called rulers sent those demonic beasts here? Then what are these runestones that are inside the demonic beasts' bodies? These are the gifts from the rulers to help humans hunt down demonic beasts more efficiently. Oh, that's actually a good explanation. I think people would be wondering that once you get that information. So the rulers implanted them in the demonic beasts so that it would make it easier for humans. That is such a clever concept when you think about it. Wow. What the rulers want is... What the rulers want is for there to be intense battles between the humans and the demonic beasts, which would cause mana to take root here. The sacrifice of humans is just a side effect rather than their ultimate goal. Right. They were the ones that didn't like that humanity was a collateral because of their battle. So they rewound time to try to change things, until they decided, okay, if we can't stop their destruction, we can maybe save a few. So we're gonna plant the seeds early with gates, monsters, mana stones, mana, to try to stop this. They also, of course, didn't know that Ashbourne was making moves as well, which is why the story happens the way it does. Rulers created runestones to help humans hunt beasts. Can you really stop them with these? I'll have to try. And could I ask for one more favor? And what would that be? Okay, looks like we're going back to Norma Selmer. Very interesting. I never thought someone would come looking for me at a time like this. You are not the person I know. Before darkness existed deep inside you, but now you are darkness itself. I am the same person you knew, madam. But I simply became one with the darkness you saw back then. You said you could see the future? Then could I ask you to look into my future? Okay. Jinoo just wants a fortune told. Well, I wonder, does Canada still exist in Solo Leveling World? No. I think it's safe to say the entire country of Canada has been wiped off the map. It is just gone. Because, like, let's see. Antares is there. The other two monarchs that are still alive are there. His entire army is there. Jinoo couldn't get there in time. And there are already casualties. Yeah, I think Canada's a lost cause. But don't hang on to that for too long, considering stuff that's coming up in the future. But as of now, we lost a country. I understand. You really plan to take everything on by yourself? How could a single human carry this much by themselves? Are you planning on protecting everything by sacrificing yourself? So thankfully, that means I can get there at least. What do you mean, thankfully? No one will be able to remember. It'll be a lonely fight by yourself. Oh, because she sees the future that Jinoo is gonna do. I cannot believe this. They set this up as early as here? I mean, I guess when you haven't read the series before, you're questioning what is she even talking about. But now that I do know the future of this story with the epilogue, this just feels like foreshadowing. What do you mean, thankfully? No one will be able to remember. It'll be a lonely fight by yourself. Yeah, and for people who are reading this with me live, for one thing, it should be known that I have read the series before. But if you people are blind and are reading along with me, we'll just let the story do the talking. Please excuse me for the sudden visit and the request. Hunter Sung! It's me. Jinoo! Are you really Jinoo? Yes, I'm sorry I've been busy lately. Cha! Okay. My queen! It's okay, I've also been very busy. Yeah, we haven't seen each other for so long since we've been so busy. No, you don't think? But that is nice. Out of anyone Jinoo could have called at like a time like this, he picks his girlfriend, Cha Hae-in. I say that in quotes because I'm not entirely sure if they're dating at this point in time. They did go on a date, and Jinoo took her on a ride with Kaisel, and they had a nice time, which was before the Monarchs had their original attack. So can we classify them as dating? I don't know. But it's very nice of Genu to call her before he does his big, grand plan. We'll meet again soon. Yes, let's do that. Genu. Yes? Can you promise me that you'll come to see me? Yes. I promise to go see you. Oh no. Oh no. It's almost like Chaheen can sense what's going to happen for what Genu is going to do. So she has to, like, make him promise, you will come to see me, right? And he's like, of course, I promise. Ooh. All the seeds are planted here for something that sounds ridiculous. Something that sounds insane. Something that sounds not possible. But within 10 chapters, you're going to witness it becoming possible. Because look, she had to go, can you promise me that you'll come to see me? That can imply after the battle is over, but that can also imply, what if she forgets him? What if she no longer knows Genu? Would Genu not care if no one knew? And then what does Genu say? He says, yes, I promise to go see you. Whether you want to take it any which way, this is a big deal. And because, like, just look at Cha's face in this panel. She can almost instinct the future just by the feeling of what is to come. A future where it could be the victory we all want, but it could be worse. Now, granted, I mean, I don't know. There have been plenty of people that have talked shit about the epilogue and stuff about it. But now that we have more of a story, it's definitely a matter of how you want to interpret it. And I mean, the title of the series has to amount to something. Even if it only had meaning early on when Genu was leveling up. So, let's just keep going, I guess. We should get going now. Yes! Yeah, all our buddies from the Korean Hunters. Lu Zhigong. The 3 surviving Japanese S ranks. The 3 surviving ones. Hi again. It's nice to see you guys. Have you recovered since Jeju? Okay, that was kind of rude. Sorry. Although you guys kind of deserved it. You were up to some shady shit. It's just the 3 of you left. The German Hunter, okay, the national rank 1. Thomas Andre. The Asian Hunter Alliance, the Europe Hunter Alliance, the African Temporary Guild Union, and the Chinese Emergency Response Alliance. Whew! Hundreds of thousands of hunters are on their way to battle. It's not like Antares is going anywhere or anything. As he literally says, I'm right here. I've already taken the lives of tens of millions of your kind. How much longer are you planning on hiding for? I'll go meet you soon. Hoo hoo hoo. Whoo. Alrighty. Let's keep going. Chapter 171. Hang on a second. Chapter 171. Because there's no point in stopping the stream now when I am so close to the end. I may as well finish it. He's been silent ever since. Just what is he trying to do? Well, since he's up against an army of 10 million, going into a battle head-on would be nothing more than suicide. He might have ran away to the bottom of the abyss. Someone tried punching him and they broke their own arm. They're launching missiles at him. Not doing anything. We hit the target. We cannot confirm with the naked eye. But I think it worked this time. Nope. Sorry, guys. Oh my goodness, a giant eye. This is the true form of Antares. He is a giant dragon. How boring. Blah, boom! Blast them out of the sky. Nah, he's just waiting inside his castle. My liege. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that is absolutely funny. Who put my liege just above the throne in just writing? That is so funny. Who decided to do that? My liege. That is such a funny visual. Thank you, Beru. My liege! I know. It's far too dangerous, my liege. I share his thoughts. I know that you're worried about my safety, but there are times when I can't let danger prevent me from doing what needs to be done. Ashbourne, my predecessor liked this part of me. If he were put in the same situation as me, I wonder what he would have done. If it was him, he wouldn't have let anything stop him from doing what needs to be done. Yeah. He resembles him. I see. Let's go. I will stand beside you until the end, my liege. Very well. Shouldn't you contact your family? No. If I were to hear my family's voices right now, I don't think I would be able to proceed. Damn, he broke his own phone. Genu, that might be a bad idea. You might want to, like, hold on to your phone, but okay. Sure, just break your phone. Let's go. Well, the pilots in these fighter jets are getting attacked by Antares. They're not gonna live. You think they will, they're not. They're just getting overrun. Yep. They're just getting brutalized. Die, you fucker! Bro, we established in episode 1 that regular bullets don't work on these monsters. We established early on that conventional warfare doesn't work on these things. Seriously? Damn it. Huh? Huh? Jesus! Hunter Sung Jinu! Go. What? Oh, because of that's terrifying. Hunter Neem. Okay, so it is definitely like a suffix for authority and respect. Okay, Genu. Ruler's hand. Okay, okay. This is the first step of the war. I will start with these guys. Arise. He is able to resurrect. Okay. Oh, you're cooked. You're cooked, Antares. You're cooked. It doesn't matter. I know you're the dragon monarch and everything, but we're turning your dragons against you. He's cooked. He doesn't have a chance. At least I hope he doesn't have a chance. Chapter 172. Also, I need to ask again, can you guys still hear me okay? Because I put on my AC in the background. Is the audio okay? Can you still hear me good? I need to know that before I go any farther. Because I do need to make sure you people can still hear me. Okay, I'm just gonna move forward under the knowledge that you people can still hear me and that there's no issues with the audio. Because I can't check that for myself. I need you people to let me know, is it okay? The Shadow Monarch has appeared on the Eastern Front. Why don't we bring all our forces and launch an attack on him right now? I cannot sense the army of the dead amongst his shadow army. He must be spreading his forces out to cover a wider area. He must be trying to absorb our forces into his by going alone into the battlefield. He's trying to buy some time by avoiding a direct battle. Shadow Monarch. Just what are you aiming for? When we lost contact with the hunters who went to subjugate the demonic beasts, the U.S. government dispatched the military quickly in order to buy time for the civilians to evacuate. The disaster that's happening on the other side of the earth. After Canada, even the U.S., which possesses the greatest military power in the world, is being helplessly destroyed by the monsters. Yes. The only thing humanity can do now is pray for a miracle. But just what kind of miracle can stop them? A miracle Dear Lord, please do not abandon us. Hundreds of new shadow soldiers have joined the army, just like a huge tsunami engulfing everything. Oh my goodness. The darkness of the shadows slowly started staining the battlefield. That is a lot of soldiers. And they're new shadows. They're gonna turn the tides like usual. Woo! Of course, of course, of course. Phew! Boom! Phew. Yep. Look at this glorious action. This glorious combat. Woo! Now I am truly grateful that I started the day the way I did. The blind wizard got to do Bon, which that was fun in of itself. And I get to end with this? Heck yeah, man. That's a lot more. Did the army of doom start moving? Since I can't sense the Dragon King, I don't think they're planning on making a move just yet. There's nothing to be disappointed about since there's a lot of time left. If he's hesitating to make a move, I just need to provide a reason for him to do so. Arise. Woo-hoo-hoo, here they come. Just a ton of soldiers. You dare try to oppose the great Dragon King with mere puppets made of mana? As someone who serves the Dragon King, I will destroy you. You talk too much. Jinu's already behind him. He's going in for the kill. Boom. Instant decapitation. The Shadow Monarch is becoming stronger. We will attack him. Monarch of Transfiguration, you should stay here and wait for the Shadow Army's ambush. I understand. I won't let him go. Fire! Don't worry about saving your ammo. You can at least stop them by moving by shooting them in the legs or arms. We need to wait for the hunter's backup. Oh, nope, he's already dead. He's already dead. Boom! I've seen all of them in dungeons before. It's the Scavenger Guild. There were a lot of them, but they weren't all that tough. It's Thomas. Thomas Andre is here. Although, you're the human from last time. A weak vessel who nearly died at the hands of the Beast Monarch. I am the king of the monstrous humanoids, the monarch of Steel Body. Surely you must realize that I could take your life in the blink of an eye, yet you still plan on getting in my way. Is that so? I'm not very fond of confusing things. It's been a while, monarch of Steel Body. Bellion is here! Why is the Shadow Army here? They must have been hiding within that human shadow while hiding their presence. He got me. I must notify the Dragon King. Why? I can't reach him. Don't tell me. You're being blocked, fool. Tusk has locked you down. You can't call for backup. This strategy couldn't have been thought up by the Shadow Soldiers or the Shadow Monarch. It doesn't correspond to the way the Shadow Army does things, which is to sentence the enemies in front of them to death. Gee, I wonder what could have changed. Maybe their leader has a different way of thinking? He's not Ashborn? This is their downfall. They underestimated the new monarch. This is the way of the humans. He does not qualify to be a monarch. Take back what you just said. It's a heavy sin to insult my king. A mere soldier dares to stand in the way of a monarch. Kyak, 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 kyak. Oh, that's his transformed form. Okay, the Monarch of Steel Body. Phew. Okay, Genu and Antares are face to face. Oh, and the chapter has to end there. Of course it does. Chapter 173. We're almost done, people. When we reach the end of the arc, I'm gonna give what I want to say about the arc, what that decision is, and how it leads into the future. And then I'm just gonna end the stream with the usual outro because this is going on longer than I thought. I wish the earlier version was actually working, but oh well, you can't change that now. I can't get in contact with the Monarch of Iron Body. Did he betray me? Or is this part of your sorcery? I must kill you for sure. Whoa. That was the aftermath of a single breath. There's Genu. Arise. Here they come. All of those troops. Lu Zhigang! Things like giants aren't much of a problem as long as we're not fighting at sea. All the magic power over land is trembling. There are probably tens of thousands of hunters confronting endless numbers of magic beasts everywhere. Especially since I can feel my whole body getting pricked by that magic power at this distance. Have they finally started over there as well? Yes, they have. Woo! Are those good-for-nothing soldiers all you have? You sent your main force to the Monarch of Iron Body and tried to fight me with these mere troops? Is he trying to run away? I won't let him go, no matter what. He left troops behind for you. Has he already absorbed the troops of the Monarch of Iron Body? Wow. Beru and Bellion packed this guy up off screen. See, this is what I mean with Bellion. Like, he got a sparring match with Beru under his belt, and then he packed up the Iron Body Monarch off screen. I know it's to hype up the power of those two specific soldiers and everything, but like, we never even got a chance to see Bellion in action against an enemy where he had to not hold his punches. Seriously? This is why I barely remembered what he did in the series. He had a sparring match with Beru, and that was the only thing I could remember. This is why. You didn't bother to show us this fight? No, it's not important enough. Do it off screen. I hope the anime elaborates on this when it reaches this point. But it's not going to reach this point for a long time. If ever. He defeated the Monarch of Iron Body's troops first and then came after me. Not a bad strategy. But you're being absurd, Shadow Monarch. You might have thought that I'd be the only one chasing after you, but you're wrong. These are the gates that the Monarch of Transfiguration, Yogumund, has prepared. By using these, I can summon as many of my troops as possible. Looks like I've completely crushed your plans. This misjudgment of yours will be the cause of your death. It's your loss. Cancel summon. Why did you cancel all your summons? Don't tell me you've given up already. Well, after seeing this overwhelming difference between us, it's not strange for you to give up. But is he, though? I don't think so. Genu got something from the Rune Stone for Kamish. What is that ability? It can't be! You bastard! Stored in Kamish's Runestone is the skill that's the worst enemy of the dragon race. My man Genu literally brought up a counter skill. He brought in the fairy type. He brought in, what's that sword in Buddy Fight that can only like do massive damage to dragon monsters? It was a Legend World item. It was Balmung or something. And then like there was an entire archetype dedicated to like just destroying dragon types in Buddy Fight. Like this is the counterplay. A roar from the soul that incapacitates everyone and drops them into despair, regardless of whether they're allies or foes, which is why Genu retracted all of his summons, so they wouldn't be affected by it. Dragon Fear. Which is strange. I think the rulers put that there specifically, knowing that someone would need it and be like, yep, this is what we need to counter Antares specifically. So picture this. The rulers made a counterplay for a single monarch. They made a counterplay just for Antares. Isn't that wild? The rulers were like, yeah, let's put this skill here. Someone's going to definitely need it. I love it. I understand if the dragons can't move, but did he manage to render Yogumund incapable of moving as well? Follow me. Could it have all been for this moment? Yo. This is a place on the opposite side of the world from where your army is. While an all-out war would be more advantageous to you if you had that many troops, it would also eat up your magic power much faster. Your plan to bring me here alone is an amazing strategy. Is that your castle? That's right. Considering that it belongs to the Shadow Monarch, it's not that impressive. Damn, he just had to go and roast it. Even so, I thought that the castle would be a perfect to commemorate your death. So this fight would be about whether I can last until my troops find me or not. Woohoo! And that's the chapter, okay. Time to move on. The sooner we get through this, the sooner I can call it quits and go to bed. I really didn't want this stream to be as soon, or not soon, as late as late as it has been, because I tried to do this stream earlier in the day, and YouTube couldn't handle it back then, and I had to do some figuring out and fixing things, and now it works better. Chapter 174. We're closing in on that final chapter, everyone. The flames of war are all over the U.S. territory. All kinds of mana are running wild and spreading throughout the region. Sleepy Joey. Look. I didn't want this stream to be so late in the night, but I just had to go and test one final time, and the final time turned out to be the time that it worked. But I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule, man. Okay, it's fine, I guess. We're close to the end anyway. I may as well finish. I never thought Hunter Sung was telling the truth. What are we supposed to do now? He's not the only hunter we have. Hunters from all over the world have thrown themselves into the battle. Yeah, Thomas Andre. Whether they're E ranks or S ranks. The abilities of an E rank is slightly above that of a normal human. Surely they realize that. Other than the fact that they carry around magical weapons unlike soldiers. They won't be able to contribute to the battle much. And it's not any different in the case of C's and D's. When E ranks hunt one beast, D ranks would only be hunting 3 of them. And C ranks would be hunting around 10. This is even the case for S ranks. Shaheen, my queen, let's frickin' go. Yes. My queen. Even though they may be capable of killing 1,000 of them, they will eventually perish just like another of the many stars. Oh boy. However, when those individual stars fall and draw shapes in the sky, although very faintly, they show us the future. Yes, they do, Madam Selner. Yes, they do. People call this hope. Hunter Sung seems to have succeeded in luring them to a nearby uninhabited island in Japan. I remember Hunter Sung telling me something before. He told me that there is an uninhabited island, tens of kilometers in size, in which a gate of giants collapsed and an enormous amount of mana spread throughout its region. If the battle was to take place there, we would be able to minimize the damage done. Is that why he's been hiding in such a place all this time? Yes. That is literally the reason Woo. Let's hope it was enough. Should I dispatch a couple of hunters there just in case? Aren't all the S-rank hunters in the US right now? What kind of hunters would we send out? We could send out E-rank hunters. Did you know that even Hunter Sung used to be an E-rank hunter? Yes, that is very true. Pardon? I know that it's possible for an E-rank hunter to become a hero. I mean, that's the entire point of the story, but here we go. The battle between Genu and Antares continues. Okay, more of Bellion in action. Okay, okay. The giants from before, Tusk. Woo! Beru and Greed getting in on this. Egress. Kaisel, I think is working pretty well. How amusing. I like fights when I overwhelm the enemy with a significant difference in numbers, but I do find the opposite situation quite amusing. Allow me to show you the real thing. Dragon Fear. Oh no. Antares can use it too. We are screwed. Dragon Fear attack from the King of the Dragons? I can't control my shadow soldiers like this. Cancel summon! Launching another attack. Come back, Kaisel! Ooh, that is a lot of damage. This is the real thing. The Avatar of Destruction, who doesn't hesitate to sacrifice oneself for the sake of a raging war. The amalgam of blood, scream, madness, and destruction. A being created solely for the purpose of war. That is me, Antares. And this is where we finally get his name, officially. So, there you go, everyone. Come on, everyone, just 24 more subscribers to go, man. I know. I want to hit 500 so badly. My birthday is at the end of the week. Come on, guys. Avatar! The Last Airbender! Subscribe to the channel, and then, Avatar, The Last Airbender. The King of Dragons and the Monarch of Destruction. The enormous amount of mana from when the King of Giants died must have sunk into the ground, and yet it didn't last against that attack. Even undying soldiers would perish immediately if they were to take a direct hit of his breath. You do not have to be so nervous. What is happening? What is happening? What is going on? And who knows, we might even find a way to coerce Jury to watch the movies of Avatar. How about no, please? How about no? Unless you mean those Avatar movies. Especially when the third movie... Oh, those. Okay. Those movies. Okay, I thought you meant that really, really bad live-action Avatar, The Last Airbender movie. No, I wouldn't watch that. But the other Avatar movies, yeah, probably. You do not have to be so nervous, Shadow Monarch. When you grabbed my arm, I could have easily broken free, but I did not because you impressed me by driving me into a corner. And as a fellow monarch, I wanted to have a quiet conversation with you. If you have inherited the previous Shadow Monarch's memories, then you must already know this. But our ultimate enemy is not this world, but exists beyond the skies, the army of the rulers. Their only meaning in existence is to destroy the monarchs who were born within darkness. And the Shadow Monarch is not an exception to this. I was planning on eliminating you and preparing to fight with them, but I've changed my mind after seeing how you fight. You possess a different set of talents compared to Ashbourne, and I saw your glorious victory within your talents. If you want me to let your family live, I will do so. If you want me to preserve your country, I will do so as well. If you wish for me and my soldiers to depart from this land, I will leave quietly. Become the owner of this land. And I'm not talking about the castle in the hills, I mean the owner of the entire planet. You possess such qualifications. All you have to do is hold my hand. If we combine forces to defeat the soldiers of the rulers, your family, your country, and this entire planet will regain peace and freedom. How about it, Shadow Monarch? Will you join me? Yeah, I don't think so. Don't make me laugh. You expect me to believe you when your eyes are screaming that you want to kill me? I guess I can't hide it. This was my final mercy to you. Then prepare, Shadow Monarch. Chapter 175. Kaisel! Kaisel, go downwards! Yo! Did that not leave a single scratch? You can't hurt me with something like that. Let's get out of here, Kaisel! Dragon fear! Roar! 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 Kaisel! You probably won't die by something like that. There he is! Yeah, this surface feels like magma. Uh-oh, come on, Genu. Arise. Okay, his dragons that he has. Attack on Taurus, yes. Are the fires of the ancient dragons that Belion used to lead ineffective against him? He's got unimaginably more power and defense compared to everyone I've fought so far. I can't use my usual way of fighting against the King of Dragons. Well, obviously. I need a stronger power. I need power. A power that can defeat an armored mountain with only my bare hands. Wait up. Armor. Aha! And this is when Genu's other signature look comes to be known. You're trying to defeat me with that lowly shadow. What's that? The power of darkness is going towards that bastard. What are you scheming again? Armor. I can use the power of the darkness to put on armor. To make a bigger and sturdier dark armor. To make it so big that every living thing in the world can see it. Astralization? No, that's impossible. The Shadow Monarch was originally one of the fragments of light, so they shouldn't have any other forms that should be his original form. But how can his form be so enormous? It can't be. Did that bastard summon the power of death onto Earth? How did he do that? He was just a normal human up until recently. How is he able to control the power of death to this extent? This is me. This is the true strength that the Shadow Monarch Ashbourne has left for me. Woo-hoo-hoo! Look at that! That is awesome. That is sick. From within my body, from the inside of this enormous body, I can feel an incredible and unimaginable amount of power endlessly flowing through me. I see. You're someone who has spent a lot of your life living in the realm of the living and the dead. So that's why the Shadow Monarch Ashbourne was able to pass on such a power to a mere human. This human has been fighting a battle against himself all along, even before he received this power, for the sake of living. I must kill this bastard! He's too dangerous! Boom! Hoo-hoo-hoo! Boom! Oh, they're going at it. Oh, they're going at it. Chapter 100 and... Chapter 176. We're close. We're closing in on the end, people. Yes, here they go. Here they go. Whoo! Boom! Bam! They're just going at it. If this whole chapter is just them duking it out, I will be happy. Because I won't have to talk much. But look at this! Shoo! Oh, this will be animated beautifully one of these days. Go drink some cold water, heck, even ice water. Good! Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, they're just going to town. I think this whole chapter is just nothing but them fighting. There's not a single line of dialogue in this whole chapter. It's just the action. Woo! Okay. Jinu's armor is cracking. He had to get out of it. Oh, okay. There is some dialogue after all. It takes an enormous amount of stamina just to maintain a great power. This is my last offer. Do you really not intend to join me? I don't intend on cooperating with a monster. There's the thumbnail shot. There's one of the thumbnail shots. Oh. Oh, there it is in all its glory. There is that shot in all its glory. The thumbnail. We've made it. How foolish. Okay. The monarch of transfiguration and the army of destruction is destroying your everything. In the end, you won't be able to protect, even at this moment while we are crossing swords. Even if you are the king of the dead, as a human you must fear death. Do you wish for the flame that even incinerates death itself to turn you into ashes? Soon everything you are trying to protect will be nothing more than an illusion. Surely you must sense it, since you have awakened the powers of Ashbourne. The countless cries of suffering in this land and world. Oh, this is what a war is. This is the sound of the army of destruction ravaging humanity. Listen to the cries of suffering. Let their despair become contagious and silence everyone. Regret your decision? I should be the one saying that. Ooh, we got him in the back. We got him. Oh, did we? No. It didn't work. You thought the dagger made out of a dragon's tooth could harm the king of dragons? Don't you find this amusing? A fight between a flame born within darkness and a darkness born within light. However, it seems this fight is nearing its end. That's right. I can see the end. Oh, so did you decide that resistance is futile? That's right. The army of destruction doesn't even need to find this place, since I will raise their morale by beheading you, foolish monarch. The sun darkens the shadows. Oh, here they are. Antares got so cocky with his abilities, he forgot that Geno could just summon back his shadows. The utter fool! He completely forgot about this. Because there's no way Geno's going to continue to go at a 1v1. Yeah, they're all reaching for Antares, and now he's finished. You scoundrel! I will rip you to pieces and turn you into Drake food! I will give you a miserable death for resisting against the King of Dragons until the final moment. No, but Geno... Oh, Ilhuan as well. Ashbourne, they pull out a dagger. Oh, and they slice Antares. Like we said, game, set, match. This guy is done. I wonder if you can see your own death. It was one of Ilhuan's daggers! Oh, that is so clutch. That is so cool. It was one of his father's daggers. Get it? Because it was from the rulers. Oh, that is clutch. Yeah. Just keep going, Lee. Keep spamming game over. This fool is done. It's done. But is it? We still have a few more chapters. I'm forgetting if there's supposed to be like the aftermath of this conflict before we reach the part I'm thinking of. Oh well, but chapter 177. I didn't expect that one, but it shouldn't have been possible. I'm certain I didn't see a gate when I first arrived here. An enormous amount of energy would have been required to connect the two worlds. So how is the ruler's army here? Yeah, you know, your mortal enemy that has been able to slay you in the past. Yeah, you're dead, Antares. You're done. Gino didn't have to worry about defeating you himself. Because of siding with the rulers and Il Juan, his father, he was actually baiting you away from your army to stall until they showed up. It's done. You're done. Were you aiming for this the entire time? To distort space with the clash of great powers, bringing your allies from the other world here. The reason you distracted the army and the reason you brought me here. I simply thought it was because you wanted to have an undisturbed fight. But there's no way you could have communicated with the rulers. Game over indeed. There was a way. The vessel of the rulers, the vessels that they lend powers to, were still here. Which confirms that Thomas Andre and Lu Zhigong are rulers' vessels in this version. Is that so? So you used the vessels to prepare a gate to this place. You found a way to win the war even if you were to lose the battle. It's my complete loss for only looking at the smaller battle. It's you, isn't it? The Monarch of White Flames and the Beast Monarch. You're the one who commanded them to attack the Shadow Monarch. Yep, pretty much. Woohoo! Did the Monarch of White Flame tell you this? Ashbourne. Ashbourne wanted me to send you his regards. Yo, roasting him until the end. He's truly and utterly defeated. Ashbourne wanted me to send you his regards. And he flipped him off. Just like with Thomas Andre, Genu flipped him off. Wonderful. He flipped off a monarch. Absolute peak savagery. You bastard! And now he's just getting bombarded with spears from the rulers. They're not wasting any time. They're just stabbing him. Over and over and over again. The brightest fragment of luminosity. The world is covered by such bright light and such dark shadows. I didn't have any chance of winning from the start. I shall wait within the true eternal rest, not the illusionary eternal rest that you created. I shall meet you again there. Don't worry, I'll see you again soon enough, because it's a part of Genu's plan. He knows what he's doing. We'll explain that when we get there. But until then, Antares is gone. He's gone, everybody. I don't know if I want to put the filter for the rulers or not. I think I should. Yeah, I think I should put the filter for the rulers. You've ended our war. I don't know how I could ever show my appreciation. I don't know if this could be called showing your appreciation, but I do have a request. A request? It's something only you can do for me. I will do everything within my powers to aid you. Just once more. Could I use the Cup of Reincarnation just once more? What? Yep, this is what I was talking about. Did you just ask whether you could use the Cup of Reincarnation to turn back time? That's right. Even if you were to turn back time using God's gadget, the consciousness of the higher beings will still remain. You'd still do it even though the deceased monarchs would come back to life with their memories from this life intact. That's right. And once you turn back time, I want you to not send anyone to Earth. What? What? I will take care of the monarchs and their armies by myself in the dimensional gap. You're willingly taking on the entire war all by yourself? What's your reason for doing this? We've used the Cup of Reincarnation many times, but this is the best result we've gotten yet. I lost too many people in this battle, and I want to bring them back. It makes perfect sense when you think about it. Not even just this battle specifically, but because of the fact that the monarchs and rulers were on this planet to begin with, people died when they didn't have to. The durability of the Cup of Reincarnation has almost been exhausted. If you are to fail this time, you won't be able to turn back time again. If you stop now, you could be remembered as the hero who stopped the invasion of the monarchs, and forever be remembered by the people. However, no one will be able to remember the fight you are getting into now. If you are to lose, the fragments will be waiting for you, and even if you are to win, no one will be there to congratulate you. And you still wish to turn back time. All of these people, everyone that Genu interacted with, I will go back in time. So you want to save not just a portion of the world, but the entire world with your own hands. Your will to carry on everything by yourself reminds me of Ashbourne, your predecessor. I understand. I wish you the best of luck. Wait, what would happen to the Shadow Soldiers that didn't exist in the past? The beings which overlap with the past would perish, and the beings which do not will remain. Which basically means any human hunters that he turned into shadows will go back to being alive again. Meaning the iron and greed will go back to being human. But every other shadow he gets to keep. Which I think is a fair trade-off. I didn't agree with that when I first read it because I didn't fully understand. But now I do understand. He loses 2 soldiers in exchange for just continuously getting stronger and making sure no one has to become a hunter at all. So how could you possibly think the epilogue makes this worth it when people originally didn't like this ending when it came out? And remember, people, this wasn't the ending. People don't seem to understand. It was never intended to be the ending. There was an epilogue in the novels. This was never the ending. This was just like the penultimate ending before you get the secret ending, you know? So I don't understand why people were so upset about this when there was still plenty of chapters left to go. Maybe I can finish this stream earlier than I thought. Got it. I'm ready now. May your courage save the world. And there it is. The activation of the Cup of Reincarnation. I think it's one more chapter, actually. Maybe not two. Maybe 178 is the last one I need to do. I mean, I think it might be a short chapter. I'm trying to remember where I want to stop. But this is chapter 178. So basically, yeah, Genu's decided to turn back time. He'll be the only one to fight the monarchs. No one has to become a hunter. But those people will forget about him. Unless he gives those people back their memories. Or interacts with them in the future to become acquainted with them again. So don't just look at it from the lens of it being all this progress has been regressed because of time manipulation. No, it's not. Genu still has all the strength he got from Ashbourne and then some. He's making sure no one has to fight again by being the sole person with power to fight these creatures. I used to hate this when I first read this like 2 years ago because I didn't fully understand what was coming. But now that I do, as well as the future of this entire franchise, I can only look at it with just awe and amazement that Genu was thinking as far ahead as this. If I could be the only person fighting, would I take that opportunity? It is so masterfully done. Chapter 178. Let's see if I'm right. Maybe I won't need to read any more after all. Okay. Here's Jinho. The Cup of Reincarnation, yep. It's being activated. Oh, this might be the shortest chapter ever. This is just a continuation of the last one. This is all just everyone's reaction to the Cup of Reincarnation being activated. And there's Cha. All of those hunters, everyone. A light goes over the whole planet. Time has been rewound. Okay. Okay, I think I might just do the next chapter and then we are done. Gina, could you wake your brother up for me? Yes. Opa. Oh, you're already awake? Gina, who just washed up, the smell of stew that's being cooked and the sound of chopping. Genu, you're awake. And my room that's full of my smell. Father? Father? Not Dad? Why are you suddenly acting that way? Because he also wanted his dad back. I think I just had a nightmare. Yeah, my nightmare has ended. My nightmare is over, and now I'm with my younger sister, my mother who's healthy, and my father who didn't disappear. I was given the last chance to set everything right. I won't lose this opportunity. I can now rewrite the future that is to come. But, just for a little, isn't it okay for me to just treasure this peace that I'm feeling? As a reward for myself? I know it as well. I know that beyond those skies there are monarchs preparing humongous gates to attack us right now. But for just a little while longer, if this time that I'm enjoying wouldn't cause harm to anyone, then I would like to stay here and enjoy it for a day longer. I'll come back after I'm done with what I need to do. Oh, the note. And there he is. He's attacking the monarchs on their turf. This empty world that has nothing but endless darkness feels extremely lonely if there isn't any fighting. And Genu is just effortlessly just slaying the monarchs this time. I won my fight against the monarchs, and killed the monarch of transfiguration who was at the core of everything. And so, it's been 27 years since I've entered the dimensional crack. Whoo! It looks like the long and dreary fight is finally coming to an end soon. The only remaining enemies are the Dragon Emperor and his direct soldiers, the Brigade of Destruction. I'm glad that time flows differently outside compared to in here. Around 2 years has passed in the outside world, I guess. That's insane. Meeting everyone again after 2 years. I wonder how father and mother are doing. This is the Genu. I don't know if it's this panel or not, but this is the Genu that's also in the thumbnail. He has long hair and wearing this armor. He looks so cool. How much would Gina have changed? Should I wait for her to grow up more before I explain what happened to her? My liege, we've finished things up here. There are no enemies that are still breathing. All right, we won't lose a second time. Arise. The monarch of Transfiguration, Yogumunt, has been defeated. Shall we move to somewhere further from where they are? No, I'm tired of running away. We'll fight him here. The Shadow Monarch is truly amazing. I didn't expect you to use the Cup of Reincarnation to turn back time. To think I'd meet you again alive and breathing, but it's time for one of us to rest in peace for eternity. I'm Antares, O second Shadow Monarch. What is your name? Sung Jinu. There's the one I used for the thumbnail. And that is a badass shot if I do say so myself. Do you have anything else to say? No. Whew. They literally have a rematch. Which is not going to end any differently for Antares, but let me just check the next chapter to be sure. Chapter 179. If this is the last chapter that I'm remembering right, then this is the it. This is the end. I'm pretty sure. Because there's a very specific way that the epilogue starts. So I'm just going to probably go through this chapter and just be sure. In the real world, 2 years had passed. Due to what some fortune teller said, the entirety of America was shaken. The god who's about to bring doom will soon descend upon this land. Normally, this prophecy wouldn't have received any attention. However, the problem was that Norma Selner was the one who gave the prophecy. Oh, her again. The god of death will descend on this land along with an infinite number of soldiers of death. We won't be able to escape from death. There's no way for us to escape from the god of death. 2 years ago, she, who was suddenly enlightened, had predicted the death of the North Korean dictator, the terrorists kidnapping the passengers, and the crash of the stock market due to a huge crash of the real estate industry, etc. Really? Numerous prophecies of hers have been accurate and have caused her to be the center of a lot of controversies. And now she suddenly says that the world will come to an end. Of course everyone would be in shock. And the next day, in the skies of Seoul, a huge black hole that covered almost the whole sky had appeared. Selner's prophecy then made the headlines in all the newspapers in the world. Over there! It's opening! The hole is opening right now! Ah! What's that? Is that all? Nothing's come out of it, though. Oh. Wow. Because Genu's power was so immensely large, and the people no longer had mana, or hunters, or any knowledge of it, they just assumed it was like a god of death was coming to annihilate them. But no. It was literally just so Genu could go home. That's insane. Nothing came out of it. It was just him. It was just him. And I guess also the rulers as well. We're glad you've returned safely. Welcome back, Sun Jinwoo SSI? Or should I call you the Shadow Monarch? I didn't expect you to appear in the form of a middle schooler. It's because people might have been scared if I came out with a full bearded face. True. It doesn't feel bad to have at least one person welcoming me back. We really didn't think that you'd be able to make it back after trying to take care of everything alone. But right now I see that your steps carry the weight of 10,000 soldiers. I'm sure you're not here just to give me a flower bouquet. What business does the envoy of the rulers have with me? The rulers have a message for you, the Shadow Monarch. This might be a long conversation. Shall we move to another location? Alright, I just happen to have the place that I'd like to drop by in mind. You wanted to drop by an ice cream shop? After being in a place where there's nothing for so long, it's natural that one would want to eat something sweet. What did the rulers say? They would like to thank you as usual. Forget the formalities. Is there a problem? No, in fact, I'm here for you because of all the problems have been resolved. The rulers are worried about your powers, which can influence the direction of the world. As you know, the power that you possess is not something that the world is ready for. So, this world that doesn't even have mana is way too weak. Right, because Genu turned back time. Which is why, if you're okay with it, we're wondering if you mind moving to another world that's ready to accept your power. Instead of doing something that's such a pain in the ass like moving me to another world, there's also the option of just sealing me completely. Of course, that's possible, too. Now that I no longer have any use, are you guys getting rid of me? Oh no. Guys, are you just because you're afraid of the powers that I possess? The rulers are like, no, we didn't mean to make an enemy of you, Genu. No, that's definitely not it. Please read this. The god of death will be descending on this land? What's this article about? Before you came back, Selner had created an uproar with her prophecy. Back when you disappeared, she wasn't such a powerful fortune teller. But after coming in contact with our world, her life has changed. So are you saying that my existence has brought about this change? Yes, Monarch. Could we talk again another time instead? I will do just that, oh great Monarch. If every living organism has a fixed purpose for their existence, then one thing's for sure. I, who became the Shadow Monarch and stopped the world's odd phenomena, and the monarchs with my strength have completed my mission. I've fulfilled my purpose. But a great amount of power that has served its purpose is a pain to deal with, just like nuclear materials that have reached the end of their lifespan. If that's the case, there will be a lot of questions. Would I now become an existence that this place doesn't need anymore? How meaningless. Shaheen! Dude, the time will come when the question of whether it's okay for me to remain in this place will be answered. What's this? Did ice cream also smell so good? Shaheen! Yes, we will get there eventually, Pokes. But today's not that day. However, if there's a reason to remain in this place, then, well, yeah. It's probably that there are still people that I love in this place. Exactly. You wouldn't want to leave it. And that people who love me are still here. That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, you two are still alive now because we turned back time. Lovely. And all of these people are now just living lives where they're not hunters because they don't need to be. Yeah. Oh, wow. Even in a world where there were no hunters, Lim Tae-gyu still has to be Lee Min-sung's manager. That's actually insane. That's funny. A cruel twist of destiny. Which is why that's enough reason for me to stay here. I'll stay here and find other reasons as to why I should stay here. Yeah, like, you never know when another threat will come in the future, Genu. Oh, this is funny. Andre with Selner? Do they live together or something? Okay. Oh! Go-Gun, he is still alive here. Let's go. Yeah. Not for long, though. But Shaheen. Yes. Let's go. Jinnu did promise her that he would find her after it was over, and Jinnu's not gonna go back on that word, is he? He promised. He promised. He had to get reminded. He has another reason to stay. And it's Chahine. That's what I've decided on. Look at that. Oh, this is the new illustrator doing this about this message. Okay. Is now officially over. Well, it was officially over at that point because of they didn't know if they were going to do the epilogue yet. So this is this. We've done it. The stream is over, people. I did not expect to be up as late as I've been, so we're just going to wrap this up. I'm grateful that YouTube is working for me now. I learned from my mistakes. We're packing this up. We're done. We are now done. I'm going to finish this series another day. Yeah, I mean, they even mention it here. Even though the webtoon is over, there are still 27 epilogue chapters that you can read, which they eventually did make into chapters. So we're done. That was great, but thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Make sure you join the Patreon. Go over there, check all that stuff out. And and of course, keep your notifications on, because as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.